This video record especially features the church in the East Sepik province where the National Assemblies of God was born 50 years ago. The Christians there had already been celebrating for 3 whole days, including a significant welcome at Hayfield to former missionaries who had returned for this special time. The Maprik celebrations focused on the place where it all began, where in November 1948, missionary Hugh Davidson started the first mission work at the villages of Ilangita, just outside the small inland town of Maprik in the East Sepik province of Papua New Guinea. Set on a hill, the Ilangita villages and the Northern Region Bible College join one another. Surrounded by coconut palms and lush jungle, this is a place of wonderful memories. This is where the first converts came to Christ. Here is the place where the fire fell one night in 1959, and God moved by his Spirit powerfully. Where Abraham, Jacob, David, and other early leaders were new converts. From here, in this remote inland village area, the work of the Holy Spirit has spread across the whole of Papua New Guinea. Friday, 20th of November. Oh, what a day it was. From early morning until late at night, as thousands upon thousands gathered from every direction to the Maprik District Jubilee celebrations. The day's events began at the villages of Ilangita as groups of believers, young and old, gathered in their distinctive coloured clothing to begin the 2-kilometre march down the hill to the Maprik town oval. The marching line stretched for virtually a kilometre as group after group, with singing, dancing and the waving of palm fronds, proceeded towards the place where the planned celebrations were to unfold. Led by the internationally famed Papua New Guinea Constabulary Band, the procession was joined by festooned trucks and colourfully decorated special floats from different districts. There was even an old wartime jeep especially prepared for the occasion. The colour, the design, the beauty of the clothing of the women and children was memorable. Here was a celebration of celebrations. People said, "This is bigger than on our Independence Day." There were a few hundred observers along the roadway and scattered throughout the township of Maprik as we arrived at the central oval. Most of the people were in the parade or already waiting in a vast crowd around the decorated platform where special guests were to be seated. The second day of celebrations went all day and late into the night, with an ever-increasing number of people streaming into the open area. More and more people carried palm fronds, some 3 and 4 metres high, as they danced and danced before the Lord in their thousands.
What you are seeing right behind me here on this open air is a celebration in true cultural style of the Papua New Guinean people. They used to follow the old sing-sing, the old way of witchcraft. Now that's gone, and now they worship God and dance before the Lord in their own special and unique way.
Now there are more than 60 Assemblies of God churches in the Maprik sub-district alone. Traditional spirit houses, house tambourans, have virtually gone, and the supply and sale of beer and alcohol has ceased. No rascal gang problems and no violence. This is the most orderly and the safest place in all of Papua New Guinea. As the hours passed, we learned of so many former students of our missionaries who now serve in distinguished positions right across the country. Government officials, policemen, military officers, school teachers, doctors, businessmen and women, and many other professions. Many government officials in the Maprik district are members of the Assemblies of God. There were 3 planned services that day, with the opening and dedication of the new Maprik Town Church as the middle service. It was really a day of praise and a day of meeting with God. There were the expected speeches and recognition of those who gave and those who built the new large church, yet through it all there was a constant sense of awe at God's presence and God's provision. The night service began around 5 p.m. and drew to a close around 10:30 p.m. And still, the people didn't want to leave. Memories of that night will remain with me always. To see Pastor Jacob Gunba and Pastor David Silingin, 2 of the pioneer pastors of the work, dancing before God, again and again brought tears of pure joy. They're witnessing the harvest in its fullness. Pastor Fred Evans preached a powerful word that resulted in several hundred people seeking God, as well as a few unsaved repenting and calling on the Lord. Pastors said to me, there are few conversions now because most of the people here are already saved. Pastor Joseph Maru, the General Superintendent, led the people in a great celebration and prayed for those who came to seek God.